Hi guys, welcome to another Day Tips Live. I'm just gonna wait for some people to join on with me live. This one was pretty unannounced, so if you do catch this one live, then awesome. But if you're watching this after the fact as well, then also awesome. I'm gonna be coming out with more of a schedule in terms of when I'm going live, so you guys don't miss it, in future. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're live, then do leave your comments in the chat section. I'm going to be speaking today all about how you can actually, improve your paid ads. So a lot of you guys have products, you have services, you're running businesses, and if you're able to actually run paid ads profitably, then that can really help you to create a profitable business. Essentially, you can sell your products, you can sell your services online, and that can really help you to generate a profit. So throughout any of this, if you have any questions at all, then do leave them in the chat section, and I'll get back. I'll kind of do my best to answer them throughout this live, and I'll have a section at the end as well if there are a lot of questions, and if a lot of you do join, then I'll have questions answered towards the end as well. Tia is here. She says, "Hi Sam, great to see you. Thank you for being here." So yeah, I'm gonna kick start. I can see a couple of you rolling in as well. Just to reiterate, we're speaking about paid ads and how to do paid ads effectively for your business. So if you're running paid ads, do let me know in the chat if you're thinking about running paid ads, but you're having some sort of obstacle, or maybe you've done it in the past and it hasn't worked for you. Then yeah, do let me know. Someone says, I can't get as a sense because of COVID-19. That's a very big issue as well. I'm going to be speaking about paid ads as it relates to COVID-19. That's a very good point. Hi, Rennie. Rennie is in the chat. Great to see you. It says I can't review my channel because of COVID-19. I'm not sure why it's saying that, but yeah, we're gonna cover everything to do with kind of improving, optimizing your paid ads in this live. So again, I'm waiting for a couple of people to come on. Please do answer your questions. Please don't get frustrated if I take a little while to answer, because I'm kind of going to be going into the flow and checking back to and fro your questions. Let me know what part of the world you guys are watching me from as well. Introduce me to yourself. Let me know how you guys are doing during COVID-19, and I'll give you guys a shout out as well. So yeah, so the reason why I wanted to speak about paid ads, kind of like what I was speaking about. Oh, we got California. I've been to California quite often, actually. So yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's an amazing place. So shout out to California. I'm based in London, as most of you guys might know. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to speak about paid ads in this particular live was because I know a lot of you guys have amazing products and services, and you want to get it out there to as many people as possible, but you want to do it in a profitable manner. You don't want to be just putting paid ads out there and not getting a return on your investment. At the end of the day, it's all about making money. It's not just about just putting ads out for the sake of putting ads out, but you want your ads to actually be profitable. So if you're spending, for example, £10 a day on Facebook and you're making £50 a day back, then that's probably going to change your business situation. That's a lucrative transaction that's happening there, and you can kind of scale your ads up. But how do you get to that point? How do you get to the point where you can create an ad on Facebook or on Google or on Instagram or on Twitter, or doing solo ads, and you're spending £10 and you're getting £100 back a day or £50 back a day? Like, how do you get to that point? That's what I'm going to be speaking about in this live. Got burnt on Amazon PPC. Yeah, Amazon PPC is a little bit tricky. Moneymaker back again. You was in my other live, so great to see you back again. So I'm going to be speaking. A lot of people say they've gotten burnt with paid ads, and I'm going to reveal some of the secrets, so to speak, with regards to paid ads. And the first thing is data. So what a lot of people don't realize, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people who own products, a lot of people who are offering services, and they want to advertise on Google, they want to advertise on Facebook, whatever platform. I'm going to be going through some of the platforms that you might want to consider using as well later on in this live. But you really need to analyze your data. That's what it's all about with paid ads. So you need to become a professional at looking at your data. And it might sound a little bit complicated, but I'm going to break it down. And it's not complicated at all. It's really simple. It's super simple. And when you figure out how simple it is, and you start running profitable ads, then, you know, come back to this channel, leave me a comment and let me know, you know, how successful your ads have been. So the first thing you want to think about when looking at data for your ads is how many people are clicking your ads. That's all you want to do. So if you're doing pay-per-click ads, for example, let's say you're running Google ads, then you want to get people clicking on your ad. That's the first thing you want to do, because if no one is clicking on your ad, then they're not seeing your offer. They're not seeing what you've got. You know, they're not seeing your landing page. If you're doing Facebook ads and Instagram ads as well, it's the same. It works with anything. The first thing to do is optimize your ads for clicks. So you might, if you're doing Facebook and Insta or even LinkedIn, you might be paying for impressions. So impressions is basically you're paying for people to see your ad. So it doesn't matter how many people click on the ad. All that matters is how many people see your ad. So you're paying basically for your advert to just be seen. So, you know, the very first thing you want to make sure you do is make sure you're creating an ad that's clickable. So how do you do that? How do you create an ad that is clickable? So it really depends on the platform you're utilizing. If you're doing Bing ads or Google ads, then you want to make sure that you're utilizing keywords that are actually going to entice people, that are relevant to whatever your product or service is, so people click on it. So you can actually, I'm not sure if you guys have, well, you guys have obviously seen adverts within Google. So when you search for something in Google, before you see the natural search results, you will see a couple of results before that have ad next to them. And these are people who have placed ads there and they're paying per click. So every time someone clicks on that, they're paying to be there. So I'm not sure how many of you have run Google ads before. And it's the same with Bing as well. So Bing and Yahoo are kind of run through the same system, which is Bing. So you can show up on Bing search and Yahoo search in the same way in the ad section if you're paying for ads there. So if people are seeing your ads when they type in a certain query, then you want to make sure that you're saying things in your ad that entice them to click. So in Google ads, all you have is text most of the time. Unless you're doing product placement ads, then all you have is text. So you want to make sure that your text is something that is enticing, and you might not necessarily know what's going to entice people to click when you first start. In fact, you probably won't know. You won't know what's going to get the clicks, what's going to get the most amount of clicks when you first start your ad campaigns. And again, this is the same for Facebook, for Instagram, for LinkedIn, whatever platform you're on. If you're doing Facebook and Instagram, you can actually do video ads as well. And you can have an image. You can choose to have an image or a video, and you can have text as well. So that's called your creative. If you've got a pen or you got your phone, you want to write this down. So that's called your creative. Whatever it is that they see, that someone sees before they click on your ad, is known as your creative. And you want to make your creative as appealing as possible so that it gets the most amount of clicks. So you also want to make sure that you have more than one creative. That's something as well that you want to keep in mind and write down if you're taking notes here. So why would you have more than one creative? Well, it's pretty simple. And this goes back to when I was at the very beginning of this live, when I was speaking about data and knowing your data. The very first piece of data that you need to analyze is what creative is getting the most clicks. So it's called split testing. So let's say you have a creative and you call it A, and you have a creative and you call it B. They both have the same amount of impressions. Remember, impressions means people who are seeing your ad. They don't necessarily click your ad, they're just seeing your ad. So let's say you've got an A ad and a B ad, and they both get 100 impressions. They both get 100 people who see it. But ad number A, the creative, gets let's say it gets 50 clicks, and ad creative B only gets 10 clicks. So that means when in terms of clicks, advert A is performing better than advert B. So that's the first piece of data that you're going to want to know about. Now, most people don't even know about collecting data or the importance of analyzing data. Now, one thing that I'm going to stipulate here is, in order for me to get that data, I had to spend some money. So I had to run traffic. I had to pay for ads to both creatives to see which one was going to work. Now, if you're doing Facebook ads and you're using the Facebook Ads Manager, as most of you probably will probably use Facebook rather than Google, because Facebook is a lot easier to use. You will see an option to do a split test. So you can actually split test. And one of the categories that you can split test is your creatives. If you haven't done paid ads before using Facebook, then I highly recommend, after this live, just go onto Facebook, your normal Facebook account. If you don't have one, then set one up, and you will be able to find where it says ads. I've actually done videos on this before. So, you know, go to YouTube and type in Facebook ads Sam Dey, and you'll see some of my Facebook ads tutorials where I'm showing you exactly how to run profitable Facebook ads. I've done the same for Google ads as well. So if you want to run profitable Google ads, then make sure you type my name in, Sam Dey Google ads, and I'll take you through the, you know, the back end process. But essentially, let's say you're in Facebook and you're in your Facebook ads manager, you can actually create different ads in terms of creatives. So you can select your split test to be your creative, and I hope this is making sense to you guys. If it is, then let me know in the chat. If it's not, then also let me know in the chat, and I'll do my best to kind of go over what you guys are not understanding. We've got Montel B also in the chat. Thanks for being here. If you haven't subscribed to her channel already, then make sure you do. We done a collab on Instagram marketing, and that was an incredible interview. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from it. So if you want to go on Instagram, make sure you go and watch that video and subscribe to her channel as well. So yeah, so that's the first data point you want to analyze when it comes to your ads, is your creative. So let's say, for example, you've analyzed now that your creative A is getting more clicks than your creative B. And let's say, you know, you want to now go with creative A. So obviously creative A is getting you more clicks. You want to optimize that. Now, the second data point has to do with your landing page. Now, I've spoken a lot about landing pages, you know, on my YouTube channel in general. So your landing page is basically the page that people land on when they decide to click on your link in your advert. So let's say someone is scrolling through Instagram, they come across your advert on Instagram, and they decide to click on your advert. Whatever page they land on, that's your landing page. So that's your second data point as well. So remember, your first data point is your creative. Your second data point that you want to analyze is your landing page. So once you're getting enough clicks, you then want to start analyzing your landing page. So what kind of things do you want to analyze on your landing page? Well, your landing page might not be converting into leads or sales yet. This is a key thing as well, that again, a lot of people, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people if you just implement these simple tips, because a lot of people, when they're running paid traffic on Facebook, they're doing Facebook ads, they're doing Google ads, maybe they're doing YouTube ads, and they just run traffic to an ad and it's just not making any money. And they're quick to say, look, online ads don't work, Facebook ads don't work, Instagram ads don't work. They do work if you do it properly, you know. So yeah, so you want to start analyzing once you're getting clicks and people are clicking on your advert, you want to start thinking about your landing page. So there could be things, remember that the people who are clicking on your adverts, these are human beings as well. Sometimes it's like all of you guys, for example, in the chat, you're all human beings. Everyone watching this, you're a human. You're in somewhere in the world. If someone commented saying they're from California, you know, you guys are human. You're real human beings. You're not just numbers. You're not just stats. And it's the same as when you're running your advertisement campaigns. These are real people who are clicking on your ads. And if they're not buying, if they're not leaving their data, it's because they're probably facing some sort of issue on your landing page that you need to optimize for. So I'm going to go through some of the main issues that you might face on your landing page. But first and foremost, the same thing that we did with our creative. So the same thing we did with our ad, we want to do with our landing page, which is we can create an A landing page, we can create a B landing page, and whichever one is converting better, we can keep that landing page, and we can even try and improve that landing page more to get even more leads and more sales. I'm seeing some of you guys in the chat. I'm gonna get to you guys soon. So please do leave your comments in the chat. If you're stuck with anything, this is the time whilst we're live. Do leave them in the chat. I will get to them, I promise you. So yeah, so you want to do the same thing with your creative, with your landing page, create an A landing page, create a B landing page, and have something different. So what are the kind of things that can help to improve how well your landing page converts your traffic, your visitors that you've worked so hard to get to your website into sales? Well, the first thing is don't send your traffic directly to your homepage. And this is a mistake. Again, this is just a simple, basic mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners make when they're first running paid traffic. Is you've probably spent a lot of time and money creating your website, right? And you're excited about it and you want to get visitors to it, and you're paying for traffic and you're sending it just to your homepage. Now, there's so much things that people can do when they visit your homepage, and it's very difficult to track conversions as well. It's very difficult to track your data when you're doing that. You want to create optimized pages specific to your advert. So let's say, for example, okay, cool. I'm going to use my book here. So I've got the formula here. And this is free to download. But let's say I was selling this for £10. Now, this is obviously for entrepreneurs. So let's say, for argument's sake, I run a Facebook campaign and I'm selling this formula for £10. So what I want to do is drive traffic to a specific page that I've created just for the formula. I don't want to just send people to daytips.com, which is my website, but I want to create a page that is just speaking about the formula, if that makes sense. I hope I'm with you guys. I'm going to look at some of the comments to see if everyone's with me. Someone says, heck yeah, I'm subscribed. Zayad, thank you for subscribing, man. It's awesome having you. We have Idris Smith that says, but Sam, the conversion usually 2 to 3%. So let me speak about that. So an average conversion, yeah, it's probably less than 5%. What do I mean by conversion? What does Idris mean when he's speaking about average conversion? So don't be so caught up in the terminologies. A conversion is basically when someone takes a desired action on your landing page. So someone clicks through to your ad, they come to your landing page. Remember, we've created a specific page for the formula or for whatever product it is that you are trying to sell. We've created a specific page for that. And let's say out of every 100 people, one person makes a purchase or one person leaves their name and email address out of that 100. So that means your page is converting at 1%. So the average conversion rate in most industries is below 5%. That shows you how low the conversions are. That being said, there are things you can do to improve that conversion rate. So it can definitely be improved. And I'm going to be speaking about, conversion optimization as well. So that's Idris. That was a very good question. Would love to see live examples of your A/B landing page tests. That's a Montel. That's a very good question as well. I probably will do a live actually on some of my A/B tests. So I use a software called what do I use? I use Lead Pages. So you have loads of different landing page softwares out there that I've used as well. I've used ClickFunnels. Probably everyone in this chat has probably heard of ClickFunnels before. But basically with ClickFunnels or with Lead Pages, you can actually create landing pages. So like I said, specific to whatever you're selling, and you can kind of do A/B tests. So you can allows you to kind of easily duplicate your page. So let's say I created a page for the formula, then I can just duplicate it and then change something about, page B so that I have, a different landing page. I've just removed my menu tabs from my sales pages. Get rid of those distractions. Very good point as well. For my landing pages that I create, I don't tend to have any menu tabs or any distractions. Like, you want someone to take specific actions. This is again why I don't recommend doing Google ads for your very first ad campaigns, because Google ads can be tricky because they require you to have menus and so on and so forth. So, but when you're obviously paying to get people to a specific landing page, you want to make sure that they're not distracted by any other buttons. I see some people putting like social media buttons on their landing page. You know, just have a buy now button or a sign up button on your landing page. That's one thing that can really help you with your optimizing for sales or for leads. I only get about 40 to 50 clicks for $20 on Instagram. Is that good, or should it be doing better? Okay, so clicks is good. Like I've mentioned at the beginning, you want to first and foremost optimize for clicks. So I'm not sure what's my username again. If you have done any tests, this is the thing again that I want you guys to remember. This, if you get nothing from this live, I say this in every live, but there's always one thing that I want you guys, even if you leave, which I hope you guys stay, because I'm going to be sharing some really great information. But if you guys leave, this is the one thing that I really want you to take away from this, if nothing else. And I've seen so many people fall into this trap with online ads. And that is, if you have an advert that is performing well, so an advert that is generating you sales, an advert that's actually getting you clicks, and you're happy to some extent with the results. Like, maybe you want to improve it, but you're happy to some extent with the results, and maybe it's taking you a little while to get there. Please do not edit that ad. I've had so many people email me saying, Sam, my Google ad was running well. It was giving me 2 clients a month, and I was making, 10 grand a month or 5 grand a month or whatever it is that they were making. And they got a phone call from Google, and the Google person walked them through the ad and showed them what to change. Now, I'm not Google, just to stipulate that I'm not Google, but I've seen this happen time and time again, where Google will actually call you up and will tell you the changes that they suggest you make, which is fine. It's fine to do that. But don't edit an ad that is performing well. Make sure you duplicate it. It's important. You can pause it, but duplicate it. Because if you start making edits, then your ad might just stop performing for you, and it can be a nightmare. And it could take months. Sometimes you never get the ad to perform again the way it was. So never delete or never edit an ad that's performing well. Duplicate it. There's a duplicate button within Facebook Ads Manager, within Google, within Bing. Don't fall into the trap of editing an ad that is working well. Now, just to throw this out there as well, if you are running Facebook ads if you are running ads on Facebook or Instagram, you have a boost post feature. Now, I've done a video about the boost post feature. Now, I also did an interview with Adam Earhart. If you're not subscribed to him, make sure you go and subscribe to Adam Earhart. He has some incredible content on paid ads. But inside of that interview, we are speaking about the difference between the boost post feature in Facebook and Instagram and actually utilizing the Facebook Ads Manager. So the boost post feature gives you limited access to your data. And it also gives you limited resources with regards to how you can manipulate your ads. So ideally, you don't want to be using the boost post feature unless literally you're just trying to gain some engagement points. Maybe you're just trying to get more likes, trying to get more shares. But essentially, even if you're using the boost post and you do make money, it's difficult to kind of track your results. So you can see where your sales came from. And that is where you scale. So the person who was asking about 40 to 50 clicks, it's fine. You then need to look at that data, see where those clicks are coming from. And you can do that within Instagram. So if you're using I'm not sure if you're using the Instagram boost post feature or if you're using the Facebook Ads Manager. But if you're using the Facebook Ads Manager, then there's ways for you to actually see where those clicks are coming from. Was it females or was it males? And there's an app as well. If you guys are running Facebook ads and Google ads or Bing ads, whatever ads you're running, make sure you download the app on your phone for those ads. Because when I'm running Facebook ads, Sometimes I just want to quickly check the data, quickly want to check the ads, who's clicking on it, where those clicks are coming from. And that is really useful information. So yeah, once you're running your ads, see who is clicking it. You might notice that out of the 50 clicks, 45 of the people who click are women, and only 5 are men, but you're still paying for all of the men impressions, all of the impressions that are males. You're still paying for those. So if you're noticing that, again, that's going back to data, looking at your data, analyzing your data, seeing what you can optimize. So if you go back into your Facebook ad manager and you notice that 90% of the people who are clicking are women, then just target only women. So that means you're spending the same amount, but instead of 50 clicks, you might end up getting 70 clicks. Why? Because you optimized according to what the data was telling you. You might also realize that most of your clicks are coming from a specific region. So I live in London, for example, and let's say I was kind of putting my ads out there into the whole of the UK, but I noticed that all of my clicks are actually coming from females, and the majority of them are from South London. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn off everywhere else, and I'm going to only target South London, so that I'm still paying the same amount. So I'm still paying the £10 a day or the £20 a day or the $20 a day, like you mentioned you was paying. But the only difference is now it's only showing to the people who were clicking. So now instead of the 70 clicks a day, I'm now getting 120 clicks a day. So that's the theory behind it. And I hope you guys are catching on here. It's all about analyzing your data, seeing what's happening, seeing what's going on, and seeing how can you optimize this to improve. So yeah, going back to the main theme of this live. Sorry, I kind of got put off track a little bit, but you want to optimize for clicks, number one. Then you want to optimize your landing page. And some of the things that are really important that you need to keep in mind with your landing page. Number one is your sales copy. Now, if you was in, I'm not sure if it was my last live or the live before that, I spoke about sales copy. And sales copy is basically enticing language that encourages people to take a specific action. So what language can you put on your landing pages that entices people? You should be thinking about pain points. All of the things that I speak about on this YouTube channel should be kind of like clicking in when you're developing your paid ads. So, you got your landing page. What words and what phrases are you using on that landing page to entice people to click? What are the pain points? What pain points do your target customers have that you can kind of grip them? You want to grip them from the get-go. From the moment they actually land on your landing page, you need to grip. Your job then is to grip them, and your sales copy should make them want to read more. So the aim of sales copy is to get people to kind of see your first heading and then want to read your subheading, and it's enticing. So they want to read more and they want to read more. So sales copy is about telling a story that makes people want to read more, or giving someone a big promise that makes them want to read more. So that's one thing that you want to think about. If you're getting clicks, so you're getting 100 clicks a day or 200 clicks a day, and you've optimized for your clicks, and people are coming to your page and no one's buying, it's probably to do with your landing page. And one of the things you can change is your sales copy. So maybe put one piece of sales copy on one landing page, another piece of sales copy on another landing page, maybe different headers or a different call to action. And just basically see which one does better than the other. And I hope that's making sense. We've got a few questions here. Moneymaker is saying, with low conversion rates and high PPC rates on Facebook, etc., it is difficult for e-commerce sites. That's a really, really good point. That's a very good point. And if you guys are experiencing that as well, I'm gonna reread that. With low conversion rates and higher PPC rates on Facebook, etc., it is difficult for e-commerce sites. This is one of the reasons why the big firms are making all the money and the low firms are not. I believe my last live was all about customer retention. Hopefully, I don't know if it is. I don't know if I'm achieving this goal, but my goal is that when you're working on your website, when you're working on your ads, when you're working on your social media, that the things that I'm saying constantly in my videos and in my lives, and if you're on my email list and you've downloaded the formula, the things I email you, hopefully they come back to your mind when you're performing these ads. So why is that question so important? Well, you don't want to focus on making sales. You don't want to focus on making sales. And it sounds super counterintuitive. Why is Sam talking about, making money with paid ads if you don't want to focus on sales? Well, that's the big mistake that a lot of people make. They focus on making one-off sales. And like I said in one of my other lives, it's not about making one-off sales. It's about the ability to generate customers. What's the difference between a sale and a customer? If you guys were in my last live, if you've watched that last live, then do leave the answer to that in the chat section down below, because this is really important with regards to running your paid ads. So what's the difference between making a sale and generating a customer? I wonder if anybody knows this. There's no one in the chat making any comments about it yet, so I'm not sure if anybody was in that live. But just to reiterate, a sale is normally just a one-off transaction. Someone sees your advert, they click on your advert, they convert, and they might never come back to your website again. Idris is saying sell is not, customers are recurring. That's key. Having customers, someone that comes back. That was what Tia said. Yeah, exactly. A sale is someone who just comes to your website, they purchase, and you might never see them again. And that's going to cost you money. That's called customer acquisition. So customer acquisition is when someone comes to your website and buys something, you've acquired a new customer. So the difference between a sale and a customer is that a customer is someone that doesn't just buy once, but someone who comes to your website, you retain them as a lead, and you optimize that lead, you nurture that lead so that they come back and they buy consistently. Amazon do this extremely well, because when you go to Amazon, more times than not, you don't just buy one product. You might go to Amazon and think, okay, cool, I need a new shampoo. My shampoo's running out. Let me buy some shampoo on Amazon. But then you also see some trainers that you like, and you buy trainers as well. And then you go and buy something else and something else. So before you know it, you left the cart with £50 worth of items. And maybe the first thing that attracted you to Amazon was an advert that you saw maybe on YouTube. So they've allowed you to kind of leave the cart. They've optimized their website in such a way that you've left the cart with more than you initially came there to buy. But not only that, they have retargeting campaigns, and they also do email marketing as well, so that they can get you back to their website at a later date. So I hope this is making sense to you. And I actually had in my notes as well to speak about loss leader products. So a loss leader product is basically a product that is sold below market value, so that you can actually get that person to come to your website and make a purchase, and you can get them as a customer so they can come back again. So yeah, it might cost you money initially. I hope this is making sense to you guys. It might cost you money initially to acquire a new customer, but if you learn to nurture the people who buy from you, those are going to be your most valuable customers. So I urge you, if you haven't seen my live on customer retention, it sounds really boring, but trust me, it can transform your business. It's not about having 1 million customers or making 1 million sales on Google ads or Facebook ads or having 1 million followers even, but it's about what can you do with the 20 people who buy from you. If you can nurture them in the right way, if you can send them out emails that really kind of entice them, if you can create offers. I speak in that video about seasonal offers, getting them back to your website, getting them recurring, then all of a sudden a Facebook ad that was losing you money, you were spending, let's say, £10 a day and making back £5 a day. But with your email marketing and, your customer service, simple things like customer service, providing a great quality product or service that can get them back to your website and, help to bump up your sales. So all of a sudden, a campaign that was costing you money is now actually making you money. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, then rewind this, go back to where I speak and answer Moneymaker's incredible question. And also, feel free to reach out to me as well after this live if you're having that issue with your website. Influencer marketing is looking cheaper if you have the right products. I done a whole live on Instagram. No, it wasn't a live. I've done a video on Instagram marketing. I think it was yesterday. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you go to my channel. Influencer marketing can be incredible. I've seen a lot of people who I know personally who've had really great success with influencer marketing. So if that's something that you want to look into, definitely go and look at that video that I did. We've got a comment from Schmerels. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I was wondering exactly about that. For Father's Day, I want to set up my shop with many funny, cool products for men/fathers. Do you think I should only target women on Facebook ads? Very, very good question. I mean, I think I would say definitely go for it. Go for it and test it and test the ads. Something that I recommend as well is if you're doing seasonal campaigns like this, it's good to already have some data. If you don't have data, then all you can do is run the ad campaigns. But I would say that sometimes it takes a little while for you to develop the data. So for you to optimize your campaign, so your creative, we spoke about creative, to optimize that to get clicks, and then to optimize your landing page to get conversions. So let's say, for example, it's Father's Day next week, and I start my campaign today. I might not have enough data to actually run a profitable campaign over the whole, Father's Day period. So yeah, definitely run. Here's the thing. Look, here's the thing I wanted to get to anyway. When it comes to paid ads, you want to set yourself a test budget. So how much money can you invest? So initially, your paid ads, is highly unlikely that you're going to be making money, that you're going to be making a profit from your paid ads. And you might be thinking, Sam, what's the point of me doing it if I'm not going to be making money? I don't want to be lying to you guys. I don't want to create unrealistic expectations. When you first start running your paid ads, you're buying data. This is what I mentioned at the beginning of this live as well. You want to see who is clicking your ads, where those clicks are coming from. You want to analyze that data so that you can optimize it, and then you start making money once you've actually started buying, enough data. So yeah, if you run that Facebook ad, for example, for the Father's Day period, and you don't necessarily make a profit, it's not the end of the world. Don't delete that ad. What you want to do is go back into it and analyze your data. Were women buying? Maybe women weren't buying. Maybe children were buying for their fathers. Maybe that's the clientele that you need to go after and target with your Facebook ads. But you won't know the answer until you actually place the ad, look into the data and see, oh, wait a minute, maybe the men are clicking, or the women are clicking, or people under the age of 20 are clicking. So it must be children who are buying for their parents, or people 50 and above who are women are clicking and buying. So maybe I'll target them with my ads. So it's about looking at your data. That's going to tell you what your winning ads are. Idris is saying, Sam, this is really wonderful, but honestly, this is not easy to give it theory. I think it's pretty good idea to show it over the shoulder. That's Montel mentioned that as well earlier. I've done a lot of videos on this as well. And I will be doing further videos kind of showing you guys some of my campaigns that I'm running as well. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure, your bell notification is on, because I'm going to be doing a lot more on paid ads as well, showing you guys exactly. I've done videos on how to set up your Google campaigns. So if you're doing on how to set up your Google campaigns. So if you've got a product and you want to do Google shopping ads, I've done videos on that. I've done videos on setting up your Instagram, but I'm going to be doing more, showing you guys exactly the landing page softwares that I'm using. And I'm going to be creating ads and showing you how to optimize them. So very, very good ideas, guys. I'm going to make sure I get onto that and kind of show you behind the scenes of what's happening as well. You're giving gold mine information. Thank you, Idris. I'm happy that the info is helping. What other question? If you do have questions, then do leave them for me, because I'm going to do my best to answer them. Customers for life. Yes, that's what we should be focused on. You should be focused on customers for life. Sell is one of, customer is for life. Buying data. I like that very much, man. Not just trial and error mentally. Yeah, cool. You saw blowing my mind. I'm not here by accident. Awesome. Yeah, you're not here by accident. I try my best to give what I learn and teach what I'm doing and what I'm learning as well. So I'm happy that it's helping some of you guys out. But yeah, if you have any specific questions, do let me know in the comments. But just to finish this live off, I'm going to be on maybe for another 5 minutes, maybe longer if you guys have questions. But just to finish this live off and to kind of reiterate some of the main points that I've been going over with your paid traffic campaigns is about buying data. Now, how do you do this? I've mentioned this before in some of my previous videos. And the best way to do this is to set yourself a test budget. That's what I do. I set up a whole new bank account. At the beginning of the year, I set up a whole different bank. I didn't even bank with this bank before. I opened up a bank account and I put money in there. And I said, look, this bank and this debit card is only for my Instagram ads. And if I lose all of the money in that account, then that's absolutely fine because I've dedicated this money to my online ads. And that's what you guys want to do. You might not be as extreme as setting up a whole bank account for your paid ads. But what you do want to make sure you do is you have an allotted amount of money on a monthly basis that you're putting into buying data. So you want to make sure. So it might be £100 a month. It might be £500 a month. It might be £1,000 a month. But you want to make sure that you're getting to the end of your budget every month, whatever you've set. And don't be afraid to spend money. Too many people are afraid to spend money on paid ads because they might, quote unquote, lose money. You never lose money. You only buy data. I want you guys to remember that. You never lose money. You only buy data. You only lose money if you delete your ad and you don't look at the data and you don't analyze it. So yeah, set yourself a test budget. It doesn't, you can run ads on Facebook for as little as $5 a day. So you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a huge budget. It just has to be whatever you can afford to spend on paid ads at the moment. Obviously, the more you can afford to spend, then the more data you're able to actually analyze and the quicker you can get your campaigns to be profitable. So that's the very first point. Set yourself a test monthly budget that you're spending every single month and try and get to the end of that. So if you say, okay, cool, I've got £100 extra a month. I'm not going to go to the movies. I'm not going to go and, order a takeout every weekend, but £100 a month I'm spending on my paid ads on my business. Now, what you want to make sure is that every month you get to the end of that £100. So you're spending all of it in your ads and you're actually kind of gaining the valuable data that you need to gain from it. So what do you do after that? So that money is going to be initially spent on trying to optimize for clicks. So you should try and get as many clicks as possible to your campaigns. So if you're running Facebook, if you're running Instagram, if you're running LinkedIn, you want to get as much clicks as possible. Now, this is a stipulation here. One stipulation about getting clicks. You don't want to kind of trick people into clicking your link. So don't promise them something in your creative that is not delivered in your product or on your sales page. Don't trick people to click in just to get more clicks, because that's going to get you clicks, but your conversion rate, so the people who actually buy or take an action, is going to be pretty low. So make sure what you're promising people in your creative, in your ad, is actually what they're clicking and able to go and purchase. So, that's one thing that you want to make sure. But other than that, try out different creatives. If you're doing Google ads, try out different keywords, use different keywords, use different sales copy in your ad. Try different things. If you're, for example, again, let's say I'm selling this mobile phone. So one of my keywords might be latest Samsung phone. Then my other keyword might just be Samsung phone. And then my other keyword might be new phone. Maybe I don't use Samsung at all. That's one thing actually that I didn't mention. There's different guidelines. This is a little bit off topic, but it's still on topic. There's different guidelines in terms of using a brand name in your ads. So you want to be careful about using brand names, but obviously this is just an example. So there's different keywords you might use in your Google ads, and different keywords might attract different results. So just by using mobile phone, instead of using Samsung phone, I might get more clicks. So obviously I'm not going to waste clicks on mobile phone if everyone is clicking on Samsung phone. And then you can analyze the data even deeper than that. And you want to make sure you're measuring what people who click mobile phone are doing when they come to your site. Because the people who click on your mobile phone ad copy might be coming to your site and making a purchase. And the people who click Samsung phone, the people who click that creative might be coming to your site but not making a purchase. So all of these things you want to analyze, and all of these things you want to kind of keep in mind when you're running your paid advertisement campaigns. I've just saw Vina jumping in the live. Great seeing you here, Vina. I always shout out my friends. So if you're not subscribed to Vina V's channel, make sure you do, especially if you are doing Instagram and Facebook ads, actually, and YouTube ads for that matter, because you want to be able to create dynamic videos. If you want a presence on your videos, that is also going to help you to convert customers into sales. And she teaches that in an incredible way. We've got a collaboration coming up soon as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So yeah, so you want to make sure that you're testing your creatives. Again, going back to the beginning of this live, you want to make sure that you're testing your landing pages. So if you're noticing that you're not getting any clicks, then you want to change your creative. Change where it is that people see. If you're getting clicks, then that's the very, well done. Pat yourself on the back. That's the first thing that you've overcome. You're getting clicks now, but you're getting clicks and no one's buying, or no one is leaving their name and email address as a lead. Now you've got a landing page issue. Now you need to start split testing your landing pages. Maybe it's loading too slowly. If you're using Wix or you're using Squarespace, maybe try using lead pages. Maybe try using ClickFunnels. Maybe try using a different heading. Maybe try using, maybe your price point is off. Maybe try and give a 10% discount. Maybe have a stronger call to action. All of these things, I've done so many videos on landing page optimization. So make sure you go and check those videos out. If your traffic's not converting, then it's a landing page issue. And now if people are converting and you're making sales, like someone, I think it was Idris, who mentioned before, you might be making sales, but maybe you're not making enough to make a profit. So maybe your campaigns are making a loss for you. What can you do then? Now you start thinking about your sales funnel and customer retention. So can you upsell people once they've bought a particular product? Can you sell them something else? Send them to, instead of just sending them to a checkout page, can you send them to a page that offers an upsell so that they leave with more than what they initially came there to buy? That can help you to turn a campaign that is not profitable into a profitable campaign literally overnight, just by adding an upsell. And then you want to do retargeting campaigns. So the people who click on your ad but don't buy, you can retarget them if you have the retargeting pixel. Now, this is getting really complicated here as well. So if this is going over your head, don't worry. I'm going to be doing more videos on this and tutorials demonstrating it. But it's good that you guys start thinking in this way anyway. So when people are clicking on your ads, you can retarget them. If you're doing Facebook ads, they make it really simple and easy for you to do this using Facebook and Instagram. So they have their own targeting pixel as well. I've done a tutorial on this, guys. So if you're baffled about it, then have a look at that video. And you can basically, the people who come to your website, if they don't buy, you can send an ad specifically just to those people who clicked but didn't buy. And you can say, hey, you didn't buy when you saw my formula. Here's 10% off this time. Or something like that. So that's one way to get people back and to help to increase the profitability of your online ads. Also, make sure you're doing email marketing as well. So as well as the upsell, you might have a downsell. So I use a software called Opt-in Monster. This is a WordPress plugin, but they also have apps available for Squarespace, for Wix, for Weebly. I think they have one for Shopify as well. I have to go and double check. But what happens is, if someone is about to leave your website without making a purchase, then a pop-up will come and it will say, hey, don't leave yet. Here's 10% off. Enter your name and email address. So even if they don't leave as a customer, you can still retain their name and email address, and you can send them back to your sales page another time to kind of make your campaigns more profitable. So it's based on all of the questions that I've got, it's looking like I'm going to have to do... Oh, we've got Simeon Query here. Simeon, it's great to see you. Awesome. Simeon does some incredible videos on production and all of that. I've done some work with him before in the past at YouTube. So yeah, it's amazing seeing you here, Simeon. I hope you're impressed somewhat so with my setup as well, because he's helped me out a lot with regards to that. So yeah, thank you for being here. Let me answer a couple of questions that I've got. Let's see what we've got. I lost all my money at Gypsy Market. I have no idea what Gypsy Market is. Because of the low conversion, if you do pay ads, you have to retarget as well. Yep, that's a very good point. Vina is saying delivering excellent content every day. Thank you, Vina, for that. I have literally not started split testing yet. Shame on you, Vina. You should start split testing, even at the basic level. So I'll finish this live off with what Vina just said, which is split testing. It doesn't have to be something, fantastic. You don't have to have like some really expensive split testing software. It can literally just be you running 2 ads at once. So you could just run 2 ad campaigns at once and see if one outperforms the other. Pause the one that's not performing well, look at the one that's performing well, analyze the data in terms of why it's performing well. And, that can be your split test kind of done for you right there and then. So I really do hope that this live has brought you value. Again, if you have comments or questions, if you're watching this after the live, then do leave it for me in the comment section. I'm going to be leaving all of my information as well in the description down below. And then, yeah, I'll come back. I'll get back to you guys if you have any specific questions. If there's a live that you kind of want me to do on any specific topic, maybe you want me to focus on Facebook ads or Instagram ads or Google ads. There's so much you can do with Google ads and Bing ads as well with regards to keywords and split testing your keywords and different kind of keyword match types as well. If you haven't seen my video with the big marketer, and you're doing Google ads or you're thinking about doing Google ads, 100% go and watch that video. Type in Sam Day and the big marketer into YouTube, and you'll see that we speak about keyword match types. What's the best keyword match types to use? We also speak about, Google product placement ads as well. If you have products that you want showing up in Google, then make sure you go ahead and watch that video. Simeon is saying that the setup is looking great. Thank you. I've got the stamp of approval from Simeon. Thanks for the mention. Yeah, again, we've got Simeon Query and we've got Vina V as well. 2 great people who are great with videography and being on camera. So yeah, make sure that you go and follow their accounts as well. Vina is saying, whoops, typo. I split test my ads. Okay, cool. You do split test your ads. Awesome. You should be split testing your ads and analyzing your data. So yeah, I really hope that this live was useful. I only intended to be on here for half an hour, but with all of the questions and all of the interaction, we ended up being here for an hour, which is awesome. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and this live is going to live on the YouTube channel as well. So do come back to it and rewatch it if you need to. And again, all of my details are going to be in the description down below if you want to reach out to me specifically. I'm on everything, literally from email to Instagram to Facebook to LinkedIn. I even have my WhatsApp, which a lot of YouTubers don't have. So if you want to WhatsApp me, then my WhatsApp is going to be in the description down below as well. So yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with reaching out with me for, just send me a message and I'll respond as soon as I can. A lot of you have asked me what my schedule is for my live, because some of you have been missing the lives. I'm going to be coming out with a schedule very soon, but at the moment, hopefully you guys can understand, we're in lockdown, somewhat so. A lot is happening with coronavirus at the moment, so it's difficult for me to kind of formulate a real structure. Some of you who watch my videos properly will know that, my videos are supposed to come out at 8:30 every day, but I haven't been able to reach that quota since, kind of the coronavirus has kind of taken over. Because a lot of personal stuff has been happening as well. So I hope you guys have been well and safe, and that your families are doing well and safe as well during this period. But if you want to know when I'm going live, I'm doing my best to notify you guys on Instagram. So do join my or go and follow my Instagram account at DeyTips. That's DeyTips.com. I'm going to be kind of putting a lot of content on there as well. I'm doing my best to put as much content on Instagram as well. So do make sure you go and follow me at DeyTips. And if you are on Instagram as well and you're joining me live, then take a screenshot or do a little video and at me as well, and I'll reshare that. And DM me, let me know what you thought of this live, and send me any questions that you might have. So that's at DeyTips. If you're not following me there already, make sure you go and follow me. But yeah, it's been incredible. I hope you guys have a really great evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is, depending on what part of the world you're in. Thank you so much for joining me live. This won't be the last. We're going to be live again soon. But until next time, guys, have a great day, and I will see you soon.